Another movie that was shortlisted by the Academy for its Best Animated Feature selections.
I believe it comes from France, right? It is titled
Yeah.
Little Nicholas, based off of a series that has
Le
been
Petit
here for a
Nicolas.
while. It's got a bunch of movies. I believe there's a bunch of books. But what they do here is that they go the route of kind of following the artist who created Little Nicholas, while Little Nicholas is also there. And it's adorable. What'd you think about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really sweet. It's a really interesting idea to simultaneously make a film about this cartoon character while also using that art style to tell the story of its creation. And it's simultaneously like a kid's film about a little kid and a ode to the artists, and a really beautiful kind of ode as well. It's an interesting sort of mix, because while it is kind of focused on these really like simple charms, these very like ordinary moments in life, from going to school and playing in the sand and having the neighbor's kid come over and stuff like that, it also has these like deeper ideas in there of that era in France, because the cartoon and film takes place in 1955. The background of the creators, including a unexpected tangent into Nazi Germany that I was just not expecting to happen an hour into this. Yeah, right. But like it's a really beautifully done film. While I don't know if I responded as much to like the actual scenes of the film, I think there's sort of like a sleepy kind of quality to some of it. It's the art that really, really took me away. Like, it has this very kind of sketchbook style where there's almost always a white border around everything, because it hasn't been fully filled in. Like, the artist hasn't finished drawing it yet. They'll do these splotches of like watercolor that are beautiful. To me, the highlight of this film is this one transition from day to night that is one of the most beautiful things I've seen in an animated movie this year. It's stuff like that really captured my attention in the Petit Nicolas. But what about you? What were the things that you really thought were the highlights of the film?
I like the creativity that they had with it. I was listening to a couple of interviews that I was able to, because they were, they're all speaking in French. So if anyone knows French and wants to translate those interviews, please let me know. Because they were talking about the creative process being a mix of when they were in that creative world and when they were kind of doing like a New Yorker palette. So just that in and outs of them being in their creative process, and then when they were trying to be more professional. That was really interesting. But I would highly recommend this one for the art, the animation. I believe it's playing limited in some theaters right now, obviously, as it's qualifying for the Oscars. But it should have a virtual release hopefully later. So if you're interested in it, know that this is another short-listed film, and it's worth it for the animation. Little Nicolas. You've been saying it in French, so you can say it better than I do.
I don't know French. I just like pretending I do, and they say Le Petit Nicolas enough that I can pretend I know French.
But wrapping it there with Little Nicholas and all the ones that are out in theaters.